So today me and my teammates are going to do a case analysis on Harley-Davidson and internationalization of the Trump era. To begin with, Harley-Davidson is an American-owned brand recognized for its robust motorcycles all over the world. They have positioned themselves as world leaders in large motorcycle making and is a status symbol for the people who own it. Recent elected Trump administration, however, caused a distress between the American soil and the multinational companies operating in America. To gather insights about the current situation of Harley-Davidson, let's focus on the environmental analysis. Political. Trump's administration to make America first has resulted in the withdrawal of Trans-Pacific Partnership and renegotiation of NAFTA, which is proven to be bad for Harley-Davidson. High import tariffs in international markets continue to be economic barriers for Harley-Davidson. In technological terms, the existing V-Rod engines still prove to be powerful and continue to set an example in the industry. There are anti-pollution norms in America which is causing Harley-Davidson to pay millions of dollars in terms of fines. Moving further and talking about the industry trend and analysis, Harley-Davidson has its operations in 67 countries with around 2,000 dealers worldwide, making it the world's largest manufacturer of motorcycles. The company's loyal US customers have similar characteristics of being white, males, and are mostly in their 45s. The company has also built manufacturing plants in overseas markets just to prevent prohibitive taxes. Although cross-country trade has created volume and sales, it also has created challenges for Harley-Davidson. Since it's easier for the European market to enter the industry and taking advantage of the cheaper currency. Despite having the world's largest share in the motorcycle industry, Harley-Davidson still faces a lot of competition from both international and national players. International players like Honda, Kawasaki from Japan, and BMW and Ducati from Europe raised competition to compete for riders in the market. Where Harley-Davidson has positioned itself as an expensive cruiser, the competitors position themselves as smaller and a more affordable cruiser. Domestic player, for example, and the Indian brand owned by Polaris Industries introduce a price war in the industry. Harley-Davidson's mission to fulfill the dreams through the experiences of motorcycling by providing a range of products and services to motorcyclists and to general public in a selected segment market. Their top strengths being strong brand image, strong distribution networks, and product innovation. Although it does share some weaknesses as well, which is they've got limited success outside the US market, have weak financial planning, and are totally dependent upon their US loyal customers.
The main issue would be that since Donald Trump established the tariff law and broke the promise of praising the company, how would Harley-Davidson survive in the international market of motorcycles competition and as the declining popularity in local US market? The Americans' first policy is that Donald Trump was decided to let the US quit the Trans-Pacific Partnership that he was trying to strongly support the America's political position through returning millions of job offers, increase the numbers of products imported, and renegotiating NAFTA. The company is facing the constant decline in sales and stock price due to the loss of most loyal customers in US Davidson, which has become a victim in the mature and saturated US market. Okay, here's the three other factors affect the decision of Harley. President Donald Trump's tariff against motorcycle manufacturer Harley-Davidson represents a rather stunning reversal of his previous praise for the company. Trump's current attacks came after Harley's announced Monday that the company would shift some of its production outside the US due to the Trump's trade battles and the European Union's retaliatory tariffs against the US. To avoid paying 31% tariff to ship motorcycles from the US to the EU, Harley decided to move more production to its plants in places like Thailand and Brazil. the EU's tariffs on the motorcycles were put in place as response to Trump's steel and aluminum tariffs.
Since Harley-Davidson has already started to build a more diverse customer base to attract more women, African American, and Hispanic customers, so it's reasonable to launch a new series to suit what they want and what they need. And the characteristics and the history and the premium reputation of Harley-Davidson will help the new series launching. And more customers will also help to reverse the declining revenue situation of Harley-Davidson. The constraint of this is that influence on the new series on Harley-Davidson's brand image is not very clear in the future. Well, so Harley-Davidson is also trying to make a younger and more fashionable brand image, which will help it to attract more younger generation and more diverse customers. So the history of Harley-Davidson will make it the top level in the industry, while the novel advertising strategy is also will help to enrich the brand image. Well, the constraint of this is that the loyal customers may prefer the current brand image and the current Harley-Davidson group they have. And also political issues will have some influence on this. So for the third alternative, that is to separate the manufacturing places according to where the market is. So we can keep the benefit of made in US to satisfy the US market and at the same time have a deeper cooperation with other international companies. So Harley-Davidson's leading technology and its renowned reputation will help this strategy. And at the same time, it may help to circumvent Trump's restriction and also enlarge the international market. But however, there's some constraint that it is essential for Harley-Davidson first to guarantee its product quality and then to protect its own patent. And there's still some possibility that the political issues have some influence on this.
Evaluation about the alternatives mentioned before. The first one is new segmentation. The process is expand the diversity of product lines to fit the trend of the market and attract the potential customers. New segmentation means new product. New product can attract new customers. And the cost is also obvious. The first one is long period of developing new product, because now it's just the ideal plan to make a new segmentation, so it may take a long time. And the potential financial risks, so it's a new development. New development means new investment. So new investment may cost risks about financial. The three criteria I want to use to evaluate alternatives. The first one is initial investment, and the second one is potential benefits. The third one is impact of consumer perception. The investment must be high because new product line. And the potential benefits could also be high because can attract new customers, can maybe refresh the brand image. And the customer perception might be positive or negative because the old customer may feel disappointed with a new product line, but the new customer will feel positive. Wow, Harley-Davidson got something new. The second one is new advertising strategy. The pros is refresh the brand image of customer and could be a chance to attract more attention through new channels. And the cons is our potential financial risks, more investment involved, and new advertisement might destroy the perception of the old customer. For this one, the investment could be medium because the advertising may not use too much budget about the new product, and the potential benefits could be high because new channels to fit young people. Yeah, it could be. And the impact of consumer perception could be positive and negative, as I said, it's on the old customer and the new customer, young generation, old generation. The third one is cooperating with overseas factories. The pros can be cost saving. You don't need to build your own factories. You can just use other factories. And it's easier to fit overseas policies. The overseas policies could be completely different from the American policies. And the cons are hard to control the quality of product made by overseas factories because it's hard to supervise or to control the quality made by others. And vulnerability, that means when there's something wrong with the overseas factories, Harley-Davidson cannot make any motorcycle overseas. And the initial investment could be medium because you're just renting the factory, it's not building it.
so it could be medium. And the potential benefits could be high because there is not a big investment involved, but you can still earn money from the overseas market. And the impact of consumer perception could be positive and negative. The positive could be, oh, it's cheaper in my country if you use overseas factories. Negative could be, I'm worried about if the quality could be changed from the overseas factories.
There are 3 recommendations provided by us. The first one is find the overseas organization as an agency to support and improve the process of cooperating with other factories. The second one is doing researches based on the current ideas of new product lines. And the third one is fitting the trend of new types of advertising, like social media.